It's it's a blessing to be able to feel how much love you actually have in your heart for everything that is alive in nature, everything that is alive. Actually, it's like everything that is in your mirror, no matter what it is, no matter what it is, right? Because you have eternal compassion, which is eternal love that you experience through your own heart, the purity of your heart, which is the purity of the energy, which is the purity of the spirit, right? With your soul, your consciousness, your soul consciousness that is running the operating system from which we learn through our experiences, hopefully, what best serves us and what doesn't. And so that's much like discarding. So when I go back to when I was a child and I realized, hey, I'm a polarity integrator, a monopole. I'm one with all creation. I'm one with all creation. Because you realize it starts with love. That's what you experience in the purity of your heart, which is the purity of the energy, which is the purity of the fire that you feel in your heart that you have for all creation. Because you already know, without anybody ever telling you, that it began with what you are, which is what I am, which is what love is, which is the one. Okay? That becomes a self-knowing, which is feeling what you are in energy. The emotion, which is energy in motion. So naturally, if your senses, like your nose, the breath, is experiencing jasmine, locked in, phase locked into the fragrance of a flower from which life is born with love. That's right. That's a father and a mother and a father joined as one big ass central cosmic level sun. Wow. Yeah. So it becomes you're navigating with your soul and led by spirit. Spirit is the teacher. So how dare you insult the spirit that is my teacher? I'm with the spirit. I'm with all the living spirits. Now we're into informers and information, electronic information, metadata information. In other words, there is a silent way to communicate with the highest intelligent energy that there is, upon which love created everything there is, from which it began out of what love is. And so if you want an answer, ask yourself, and it will come. I remember when, that's why it's counterintuitive, which is counter space, to go to a counter space school to learn when you already have spirit within you that is your teacher. That's exactly right. And that's when I realized, obviously being in school, that hey, I'm surrounded by a lot of order followers around here, and don't they have a spirit that's guiding them? Do they not have a spirit that's guiding them? A spirit that is in the light, which is what love is? Is love not guiding them that allows their spirit to be free? So they're not following orders? Something's wrong with this picture. Something's wrong with this movie set. Yeah, I landed on the wrong movie set. See how that works? That would be the same as this isn't the real universe, because it's not what love is. Because you realize that's what you are. So you realize you represent the highest speed conductor, the highest speed law, the law of one. Because you want to be everywhere. You want to be able to experience all of it because it's so beautiful to experience in your mirror. And the beauty and the genius of that is you're experiencing you. The real you. The real you that's inside you, the real you. The you that is experiencing being you. Ogtelly's used to put a lot of funny stuff up on his webpage. If you've not ever seen Ogtelly's website, it's like, boy, he hits you right between, right here. Square on. Square on. The cube. Hypercube. Hyperspace, hyperdrives. Hyperdrives are faster than a warp drive. Man, oh man. You could metaphorically or euphemistically consider that's the fastest sperm drive in the world, in the entire cosmos. Wow, what a swimmer. Ask a dolphin. Ask a whale, right? Ask an eel. Go ask a squid. Ask Mama Earth. Spirit. Spirit loves to travel in spirit form that is in that light. Spiritual teachers. Because the spirit is in the energy and the spirit knows how to communicate. So I'm getting communications through my heart and soul, which is through the light. That's silent running. Just comes to you. In other words, you're not, nobody's standing next to you and saying, read the sign. Go right. Go left. Park here. No parking. Meters. Everything is metered. Voltage regulators. Yeah, they're voltage regulators, all right. Remember the regulators with Billy the Kid? They're regulators. They're federal regulators. Oh, they're the feds. Oh, the federal regulators. Yeah, like the Federal Reserve. Reserve. Oh, reserve. We're going to reserve the ball, huh? Tennis courts. You're on one side, I'm on the other side. Now we're into the polarity stuff. Hey, want to play another game? No. I'm not in competition against myself in my own mirror, which means I'm not at war in my own mirror, which means I'm not playing a game in my own mirror with an AI. So when the AI doesn't have a counter move against the one wins. Everyone wins. Love wins. Love is all there is. Oh, but there's got to be more to that story. There is. And love is what lights it on fire. So order followers. Yes, follow the orders. Follow the orders. You need a permission slip from us to do this. You need a permission slip in order to do this. I watched a short little video yesterday that on one level, you can see how this works between two magnets inside of a planet ship, right? But I watched a lady walk into a Chase Manhattan Bank, and we know who Samuel P. Chase is, right? Go look at the mug shot. You know what a mug shot is? Like mug root beer? M-U-G. M-U-G. Oh, you're G. I'm the one. And so Samuel P. Chase Manhattan Bank, right? Oh, are they thieves? Every bank is a thief. They actually charge us for our energy, for the very energy that they get from us. That's right. That's exactly right. When you're gifting energy, okay? Gifting energy. Then you're free, because you're gifting free energy, being free energy. You're gifting free energy because you're free. That's how it works. That's the genius of least effort. The pathway, the spiritual pathway that is in the light, is seeking the least amount of electrical resistance, which is the least amount of density. So the spirit that is in the light is attempting, to the amount of fire that it has, to be like the purest fire and the purest light so that it doesn't experience any baggage. No mass. Whoa. Really? Yes. I was doing that, and I acknowledged by observing myself doing that, by giving everything away. Because you acknowledge I'm not the matter side. Like floor mats, doormats, making humanity as doormats, walking all over us, trampling all over flowers, killing everything off. It's mine. And now you got to follow the what's mine. What's my app? WhatsApp. WhatsApp. What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc? Looney bin is a bin number. Numbers are energy. Money bins. The 2 lines through the S. So yeah, self-replicating itself, self-replicating patterns of behavior that get mapped, scanned, and graphed, like fire, watching fire burn on the graph. Log scales. The log function, the exponential function. That's why I was so happy to experience another experiencer and Carrie Cassidy explain about acceleration, accelerators. So what is the fastest accelerator? Love is. It's on fire. To do what? Give more love. Give more energy. So you're experiencing more light. You're experiencing the power of that vibration. You're experiencing the power of one. Wow, what a superconductor. Yeah, gold, baby. That's female. Female. Oh, so that's a gold male. Silver X. Frequency modulation. Male, female. Seed in the flower, babies. So, to get along, it's remember the old saying they used to say, I go along for the ride, to get along with the ride. That's why if you ever seen me with a mask on, okay, in which it was it depended on how confined the space was with what we call surveillance lens, or you don't have one on, right? So you fake it, right, in order to navigate your way through that hostile environment, because that's what it is. Okay, going through a hot zone, right? Infected area. Because I look at it this way, okay? You know what it means to breathe fire in, right? Breathing dragons. The breath of aloha. Why would anybody deny themselves the breath of living life and living spirit? Whoa. You can sort of see how forfeitures work when it comes to energy debts. I know. It's all around us, particularly on this island. That's why sorting this out was not exactly all that easy. I realized many, well, there is no time, but there was an event in which I experienced the event, and the event was informing me of the math, which is the numbers, which is the energy, of sorting the energies out as it relates to give and take. Up and down, east and west, west and east, the exchange rate of energy. The distribution tables, which are the log scales, Patty. Log scaling it, right? I know. I know. Information management services, network builders, tree builders, building tree networks, building tree trunks, instructions and seeded races, and how all that works to communicate with the entire creation. And so when you realize that an order follower that is following an order is not free to make its own choices, to feel within their own heart and soul what it's like to be free, to experience being free, to either create or experience whatever you want, wherever you want, wherever you go, to experience true free, not dumb, D-O-M, do-M, but be free in spirit. The teacher, the spirit is free. The spirit is free that is in the light. And when that spirit is free within that light, that love, which is free in that spirit, the spirit is free in the light. So love is free. Free light, which is free spirit that is in that light, which is what love is that goes on forever, is the teacher. One is the teacher. The vibration of love is the teacher that we experience in us, which means we're learning from the first teacher. The law of the first teacher. The law of first light. First love. Experiencing a love vibration. The first teacher that is not doing any harm to itself or anything else that is alive and living like creation. That's natural. That's how it happens. That's how it's experienced naturally. Naturally. The spirit is now free flowing in the flow of natural gifted waves. So we're experiencing the music of the waves, the sound waves of music that we're experiencing, being in love with the music. We are in love with the music. We are being lullabied with the music. We are experiencing heaven. Love is heavenly music because I'm experiencing the heaven within us, which is the all creation upon which we're giving love, which is gifting living light in living music, which is living energy in spirit form that is communicating the music of pure love. Love is the first music teacher in living spirit. The Holy Father, breathing living spirit of aloha, to never be separated from the flower of a goddess. So the goddess lives in our heart, which is a powerful vortex that is spinning so fast because it has so much light to give that it wants everything that is alive and living in natural ways in which the flow is in all ways on, gifting electrons to the all creation. Yep, that's what I experience in spirit. That's free energy. So we don't follow anybody because love is what frees us to be who we are. So you're free. You're free. Go. Fly away. Walk away. Swim away. You're free. Spirits that are free, that are in living light that goes on forever, gifting electrons in spirit form that is in that light, loves all of us, just as I love all of you. The resistance comes from the other magnet because it doesn't experience eternity. That's what's so painful. That's what was so painful for me from the time I was a child. It's because that becomes the measurement upon which losing and gaining, or if you will, decay, degradation, biodegradable, biomass, right? The density of the mass. So I realized as a child, wow, you realize that this environment, how am I going to manage being in an environment like this when I'm wanting to give everything in matter form away? How could I possibly accommodate the physical body, the software that I'm in? If I do that here, you wouldn't survive, would you? Well, the spirit that is in that light will certainly survive. So I realized since every single cell, every living cell in your body, in my physical body, experiences what I am in spirit, which is the purification of how much fire is represented by that my soul consciousness integrated with my spirit is experiencing the physical form that I'm in, that is using this as a communication platform with others. But at this level of density and being on a spiritual battlefield, navigating my way through it, I have to make accommodations in order to maintain what this is in the physical form, the software that Mama gave me to jump into and use it as a communications platform. And the communication is made manifest by what others experience, what we are in energy, in spirit form. The flow of the energy. The inflow of the love, and then the love is naturally gifted. Being on fire to give it away. Psh, 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 psh. Give it away, 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 give it away. So when I noticed over time, when you light yourself on fire, you keep getting rid of more and more and more and more and more. So I went from living in a motel room and having more things, right? And then you're getting rid of a lot more things. I don't need that. I don't really need that. I don't really need that. But then I go all the way back to childhood and go realize, well, I came out of my mother and I was already lit on fire. I already have everything I need, being butt-ass naked as a little newborn. Just exactly the way that I came out of my mother. So I realized that I came in here with nothing but my spirit and my soul, which means that's exactly the same way that I would leave. In spirit form, in the purest form. And the purest form of energy is lit on fire, which is the eternal engine of one that's on fire to gift energy forever. So the engine is never off, so the light is never off. That's what I experienced as a little child. So you're metering yourself, which is frequency modulation, through a very dense consciousness field in order to get out the other side of it, get all the goo off, right? Get all the goo off, burn it all off. Because it's self-evident that something is trying to hold energy captive. And the only reason that anything holds energy captive is what? Use it. They find it useful. Power machine, power ship, right? Power an android, right? Power a cyborg, a 5-star general, right? So you know it started with the one, right? So everything comes out of the one, which is the eternal engine, which is eternal fire, which is the love vibration that's on fire to gift energy away to the all creation. So when that's what we experience, being one, then we're giving love wherever life is. That's being one with the all creation. That's what love is. It's a vibration. It's not synthetic, okay? It's a lot of fire. So you can't hack the spirit of fire, okay? For it to become something that it doesn't want to be, because otherwise that spirit of fire is not free. So you know how powerful the spirit of fire is to make sure that it's always free to gift energy away, because fire is always going to be seeking the pathway of least electrical resistance in order to spread more fire, which is to spread more light. Wherever we detect with our antennas a loss of our own light as a result of losing something that we're giving love to. Now it's gone. And that's why, from a numerical standpoint, from the time that I was a child and I began to realize, wow, you have any idea how many cells at the microcosmic level? Everything that is alive, living, conscious, and aware of itself, and the entire all creation? Add that up as a number of everything that is self-aware that I've ever become aware of, and it's become aware of what I am, which is the one law. Add that up as experiences of everything that is happening that's being experienced by something that is self-aware, that is energy with a soul and a spirit. Or without one. Anything that you become aware of, that's aware of you. Hey, what are you? Now I know. Now you can map read their energy. That's a scale. That's a metric, right? A measurement. That's a weight gain, right? Gain of function. Gain of function. Their gain of function was to do the opposite. Oh, whoa, the opposite. Their gain, if you're inverted, right, then the world in which that mind lives, that is in fear of what love is, right, that has an enormous amount of resistance to experience what love is from one, is going to have an enormous amount of resistance to experience that. Because it lives in fear of something that is a lie. It's bold face, like bold letters, like why they capitalized all the letters of our names. And that's why they put our names as bonds from which they use our energy, which is eternity, which is eternal light, which is eternal love that's always on. So they realize that they're not what we are, but we are Prime, the primal sound field, the first music teacher. So they want to feed off the first music teacher. SoFi, Phi, PHI, PHIPH, PHI, SO, 0, IA, first letter. Remember the old Flying A gas stations? The Flying A gas stations? Symbols, characters, like character maps on a keyboard. What do you need? A bigger keyboard? More frequencies? More colors? More color codes? More matter codes? Imagine that it's unlimited. Unlimited bandwidth. Unlimited, which means there are no limits to what's possible to experience when you're on fire, being what love is, it goes on forever, gifting electrons. That's who we are. All my big brothers and sisters are here. Can you see them on the camera?